It's 3 a.m. This is what they call the witching hour, when the veil between the natural and the supernatural is at its thinnest. But it's specifically at this time that I'm going to be doing something that no other YouTuber has done before. I'm going to call Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Hey everybody, how's it going? So, quick question. What happens when you have audio problems and then you have to re-record something? Well, what ends up happening is you end up switching gears, and now all of a sudden you're doing commentary instead of live reaction because the live reaction footage is all fucked up. So it looks like in this situation I'm going to be doing a lot less live reacting and more pyrocynical? I have no idea. Commentary stuff is going to be really difficult because there's like a bunch of videos. It's not like I'm looking at like one channel, one guy, because that's how YouTube commentary usually handles it, right? So in this context, I'm going to be doing all of the videos that everybody have sent me, and I'm just going to give you my general thoughts on all of them. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a lot of live reaction, but I don't really know how exciting you guys found me live reacting to things off the cuff, because that's a lot of silence here. So let's get this. So the first one that was given to me was by Mator, and that was a locksmith says my videos are BS. Loses $75. Maybe. Now, see, the lockpicking lawyer here really sort of like baits us, right? Where, you know, it's just like, you look at the video, you're just like, 3 minutes and 50 seconds? And then you see it says, you know, it says right in the letter, it says 2 minutes and 14 seconds. So you're just like, is he going to be able to do it? Is he not going to be able to do it? So, like, that it really fakes you out. And that's pretty clever there, Mr. Lockpicking boy. But let's sort of get this video started. So just to give a basic summary, he's essentially given this challenge by a locksmith who was just like, no, this guy's fake as hell. I would really like this video because it's just this beautiful sort of like delicious kind of comeuppance that happens. You know, it's gonna take this amount. He's not gonna be able to pick it in X amount of time, and he just gets fucked up. Like, I really don't have anything else to say about this. Like, there's something wonderful. There's something absolutely wonderful about the way this video sort of concludes, because the lockpicking lawyer never really like lingers on it for too long when he's like done that video. He kind of just like, boom, just lets it finish up, and then he's just like, well, that's it. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much the situation. I don't know if he's gonna get that $75. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll get the $75, and who knows? Maybe he'll have lockpicking lawyer plus guy who does not like lockpicking lawyer. That would be. I would love to see that collab. I don't know. I really like the video. I didn't have much to say during the actual video itself, but there was something that did happen when I was live reacting to that video, which I think probably encapsulates my experience. So let me try and do a dramatic reenactment here. Oh fuck, my microphone cable got caught on my chair. Wait, he already unpicked it. Yeah, that was pretty much just that was the only thing that happened during the entire live reaction. Yeah, so thank you very much, Mator. I'm really sorry that was like so short, but I love the video. It was a lot of fun. The next one here is it's from Gil. So it's from GilLiesHere. It's called I Got Tomorrow. Now I know what video this is, Gil. I've already seen this video, and so when I live reacted to it, I literally had like nothing to say. I had nothing to say the entire time. Yeah, that was literally it. And I don't really have much to say here because I don't really know how to react to your videos. I just sit there and go, yeah, that's cool. This is kind of one of those things, right, where it's just like, not every video I'm really gonna have a lot of substantive stuff to say. I think if you guys want to get like a rile out of me, it's probably just easier just to send me videos I hate rather than videos that like I like. It's kind of like the funny inversion when it comes to like live reaction stuff, because the best live reaction content or the best commentary content is always going to be stuff that you think the person who's going to get it is going to absolutely hate. But at the same time, when you get, when you send them content that they like, the only thing they're going to be is just like that's it. That's all you're really going to be seeing. And that's really all that happened during my live reaction to this one here. So, yeah, that's, once again, thank you very much, Gil. I don't know. I mean, let me show you some cool, sick clips while this is happening. And click. Okay, so let me give you an idea of exactly what my reaction was just like. Oh, she disappeared. Cool. So next one here, the third submission that I got was Billy's Dad is a Fudge Packer by Aran the Jester. So yeah, Billy's Dad is a Fudge Packer. This video was good. I thought it was decently funny, but the jokes just kept going. I'm not entirely sure where exactly the message was going with. I didn't really know if it was specifically talking about, it's from the perspective of a kid who's about to go through puberty, and so like everything seems like very sexual because he's just starting to rage with hormones, or it's like this idea of like this very sterile sort of Christian idealized Protestant America that is completely asexual, but in reality it has all of these like it's sort of like a Lynchian undercurrent, right? I don't know what kind of vibe it's going for. Maybe it's going for both. I have no idea. But those were the two like messages that I got as a result of watching Billy's Dad is a Fudge Packer. So yeah, that was pretty much the situation. Like, none of these videos so far, right? Like, I hated. Like, none of them I hated. I thought they were decently fun, but decently fun doesn't really generate a lot of like decent general commentary, because like most commentary is just snide complaints, right? But on the topic of videos I hate, wow. Samham submitted the Verge's shitty PC build guide re-upload. This video was nuts. It is an absolutely insane just how much I despise this PC build. It's goofy. Yeah, so it's funny because like he's like trying to update all. He's like, we gotta update the PC, so we're going to build like. Does the Verge not have like dedicated editing rigs? Like, is that one of the things that they just don't have?
Layered on top of it, a thermal paste
Oh my god! Oh no, it's happening again.
Allen wrench, some tweezers to tighten up the wires, a Swiss
tweezers. He's got two cable ties. And he's calling them tweezers. But okay. Here's a question that makes me wonder. There's so many build guides on YouTube, and they're so much better, and they've been around for a really long time. I know Newegg's got one. I know Linus has one. I know a bunch of people have one, right? Why did The Verge think we're going to make our own? You know what we need? You know what our website needs? We need to make a build guide. Like, what's the point of making their own build guide? It's what are they really going to add to the table, right? Did Capital One ask him to do this? Is this because of Capital One where they're like, Verge, we need another video. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane that he picked PC Part Picker. Like, he knows sites. He knows what websites to recommend, but he's just got completely garbage builds. Like, what is happening? There's like somebody is just like, I recommend that if you're gonna get started with how to do your own car repairs, you should know what the Haynes manuals are. And it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's cool. And then there's like, oh yeah, how do you jumpstart a car? It's just like, what do you mean jumpstart?
For two main reasons. One, it has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and also it has support for NVMe.
Nice, dude. I love built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth in a motherboard. I love PCs that have built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. If there's anything that defines gamers, It's their ability to tolerate huge amounts of latency. Can you imagine if this guy put the RAM in and he had like no windows? He was just like, yeah, I want LED RAM, and he just puts like a completely like windowless case. Like, I would not be surprised if that was the kind of energy it had. He did this entire video without any breadboarding whatsoever. There's no breadboarding at all. If any of the components fail out the box, because like they often, like sometimes components do. Like when I had to get a new motherboard, I originally got a Gigabyte board, and it was a failure right out the box. It didn't post. It didn't work. And so as a result, one of the big things, right, is you got to return it. You got to return it. You either got to get a new motherboard or, you know, whatever. So like in that sort of situation, if I put like all the screws in, put them in all the cables and all that kind of stuff, that would have been a huge waste of time.
I just think it looks nice.
I love that he doesn't explain the difference between like PCIe like slots and lanes and like how much, which one should go into which one, because they do have different speeds.
With these little insulating pads, so the power supply isn't.
Those are not insulating pads.
Contact with the rest of the system. So just take it in.
Those are just height pads. These are just for height.
Fit, and then
for insulating.
Make sure it's right up against the frame. Now you just take the required screws and you tighten and screw in. So next step.
Yeah, that was the one that really put me off. He put the power supply in backwards, so the intake is like on the inside. That's going to choke out his power supply. I know that he made a video. So he made a video, or he called in on a Twitch stream complaining about like computer nerds having problem with his really shitty guide video. And he was completely belligerent about that. He's like, yeah, I got a computer build that's better than like most of them, and you know, they're just like salty nerds or something. And it's absolutely insane just how bad this build is. It's so bad. And like, this is not even like this is a bad build because his cable management is garbage. It's like, this is a legitimately bad build because it will harm. And yeah, look, it's anybody who follows the Verge PC build guide literally is putting their hardware at risk, because he doesn't explain so many things. He doesn't explain. Is he looking off camera? Some guy like holding a gun to his, some guy holding a gun to him. It's just like, you're gonna make this build. You're gonna make this build.
But it's usually not enough. It's good, essentially PC building.
Oh yeah, he's gonna just glob on more. He's gonna just glob so much on there. It's just, wow.
The final portion is to add the CPU cooler to the top end of the processor.
Hell yes.
So
if there's anything I need, I want more. I want more thermal paste. You can never have more thermal paste.
And they're going to keep the cooler raised.
I mean, the Verge
off
said
the
so.
Processor, but it's also going to be.
So what do you do, man? Yeah, so look at it this way, right? You know, you got your computer built, you got all the parts in, you got your power supply with the intake fan, you know, on the inside, you know, that gives it all the air it wants. And then what do you do? How do you test how epic your rig is? Well, you load up League of Legends. You know, if there's anything that determines just how good a computer is, it's how smoothly you can play a game that's built to play like on old Windows like 7 computers. That's what defines the quintessential like PC building experience. You know, you don't launch up a Geekbench or Cinebench, nothing like that. You don't do Prime 95. You don't do mem tests. You run up League of Legends, baby. Now that's wow, very epic. Next time I build my computer, I'm going to build it in according to the Verge build guide, and hopefully my house doesn't burn down. So yeah, that was the Verge's shitty PC build guide from Sam. So thanks a lot, Sam. This one here is next one came from Jaerria. Next one came from Jaerria, and this was if Uno was an anime. And I remember this. I remember this because, one, I remember it was Jello Apocalypse, and I have kind of an annoyance with Jello Apocalypse, because I think Jello Apocalypse was the person who, like, dunked on Kevin Yob, because he was just like, oh my god, this stupid YouTube video things, you know. Jello Apocalypse just gives the vibe of just like, haha, the funny meme man. He's got the same kind of, like, mentality about how to approach things as, like, ProZD does when it comes to discussing media, and I don't like that. So that's a big thing. That's a big oof there, my dudes. But secondly, I'm not a huge fan of this video, particularly because one of the things about this is that, like, it says if Uno was an anime, but the anime they're very clearly aping is Yu-Gi-Oh. It's very clearly a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. There's a few other, like, card stuff. I think you can take a look at, like, Card Fight, Bodyguard Van, Card Fight. Oh my god. But there's a few other, like, card anime. There's also, like, other, like, shonen anime, like the Go that Hikaru plays, and you can use that as a frame of reference, and they have a very different vibe than the kind of stuff here. Okay, so the next one was actually 2 submissions, because Denjo actually won the last week's one, and I immediately regret it because I'm like, oh my goodness, because I immediately noticed that, like, if the winner did 2 submissions, they'd be able to submit, like, 2, like, 20-minute videos, and I'd be like, oh my god, that's a 40-minute video, bro. So I should probably avoid that in the future. So I'm not gonna do the 2 submission winners again. Because, yeah, that was a bad idea in hindsight. But I watched both of Denjo's submissions, so don't worry about that. I watched both of those submissions, and nevertheless, I actually had a lot of fun, which means it was bad in the context of the commentary video. Once again, we're in those situations where the entire live reaction, I had absolutely nothing to say. I literally sat there slack-jawed the entire time during the Dark Souls in under 20 minutes speedrun, where I said, wow, that was cool. And that was it. There was literally nothing else. I just sat there in complete silence. But no, I loved it. But, you know, one of the things about me loving something is that I don't speak that much when I'm loving it. The other one was also the Neo Ciceriga video, which was Ariel Needs Legs. That one, for the first half, I wasn't a huge fan about it. Wasn't a huge fan about that at the first one, but then I thought the second half was a lot funnier. I like the math. I like the math that was put in there. It's like, well, she's got 8 legs, and it's just like, well, that's 7 vaginas, my dude. And he's just like, boom, went out. And it was really funny because not the joke specifically, but it was really funny that I was expecting that joke to happen. I was expecting that joke to happen. It's a very, very basic joke, and yet nevertheless the way in which it's delivered was pretty funny in itself. Don't really have anything else to say about it, but yeah. What really surprised me though was that it came out 2013. Like, the energy of that joke feels pretty modern, but well. JoJo Hard Cut. Last but not least was by Neko. So Neko submitted the SpongeBob and Squidward Skeet Kirai Like Dislike Utao cover, and that won the entire time. Skeet Kirai I liked. The video I thought was kind of fun, but once again, it's one of the situations where I don't really have much else to say about it. It's just good fun stuff. It is kind of funny. It's kind of funny just how interesting and fun the blender of it is. So it's kind of stuff like that, right? I don't even know if it was made in Blender. I don't know what it was made in. So that's pretty much it. Really sorry about this, everybody, for all the late reactions kind of stuff. Really sorry that it wasn't live reactions. As I said, the footage, especially the audio, like, really fucked up hardcore. So that was my fault. As a result, it's mainly a sort of end note commentary. Really, the only thing I talked about, I know, was Samham's video, but that was primarily because it was the only video I hated, and therefore, as a video I hate, I had a lot more to say about it. So I apologize on that. I mean, I guess if you like this format, then, well, next week send me a video I hate. Or send me a video you think I'm gonna find absolutely insufferable. And we'll go from there. I mean, this is where your money's going. Yeah.
Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, we're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be calling Freddy Fazbear because this is the exact right moment. Got the got the phone ready. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna give him a call. All right. Okay. So let's see if anything happens. Okay. So it doesn't seem like it. Works. So it looks like it. Turns out it might be fake after all. So got that.